I mean, obviously we've mentioned Stuttgart. That game will take care of itself, I think. But looking forward to the game on Sunday. If you're watching this, you'll be able to see the league table on your screen. You said, I think you both agreed that Celtic need at least a draw at Ibrox to stay in the title race. Do you think?
Must not lose.
Do you think they'll get that?
As I say, you wouldn't be surprised if they do. I mean, I just think I know Trusty hasn't been great, but I think with these type of backs to the wall games that it could potentially be, I think you will be a big miss, and especially with the alternatives at centre back. I think that is a big issue for Celtic. But listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they came away with a draw. I don't expect them to win. I think the Scottish Cup fixture the following week could be a completely different story. It's different. It's a kind of winner takes all scenario. But we'll get to that next week. But in terms of this week, in terms of this Sunday, I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of came away with a draw. And I think Martin will probably bite your hand off for it.
Yeah, it's potentially could be another silly one, couldn't it? It could be another. I mean, we get quite a lot of silly Old Firm games. I think there could be another one. It could be a 2-2. It could be something silly, because there's a lot of pressure. There are a lot of guys who are a bit flaky. Two defences that are ropey. There's going to be pressure on the match officials as well. So brace yourself for that storm that's going to come down the pipeline.
John Beaton and
you can set your watch by some kind of VAR storm. So I think potentially could be quite silly. What I would say is I don't think you can separate this one from the cup tie, because very often when you have these double headers are so close, one rolls into the other one. So if you get gubbed in one, you tend to gub the next one as well, because the pressure's intensified. If you get a good result in the first one, it can kick on to the next one as well. In terms of going to Ibrox twice in a week, if something can pull off a result at the weekend, Rangers fans are not going to be too chuffed getting the cup tie. So you could turn it about, and there's also the full Bloom Loan stand, the Celtic fans, that kind of stuff. But and the flip side, Celtic are doing on Sunday, like you're predicting getting something up at Pittodrie, they go back there, it might not be a positive experience the following week as well. So I think it's all linked. I think these two games are as they always are, these double headers. They're intrinsically linked, and I think this first one is going to set a tone for the second one.
Yeah, like Mick said, I think the narrative of the season rests on these three games coming up, because if Celtic collapse, there's going to be an inquest. Fans will be up in arms probably like never before. If they win, then it's game on. It's game on. So it's a mouth-watering 10 days ahead, and I can't really wait to see what unfolds.
Very last thing, guys, predictions for Thursday and Sunday. Like putting you in the spot. How's it going to go?
Mystic Mick.
Well, that'd be good. Get some good coupons up this year, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Thursday, I would be putting the entire mortgage on a fairly comfortable Stuttgart victory. It depends how they play it. I mean, listen, we're going to go talk to the Stuttgart manager and Honus and his players tomorrow. I guarantee they'll be saying, the tie's not over. We're treating Celtic seriously. They might put out some changes as well, because they're through, right? So they're in the hunt for a Champions League place in the Bundesliga. If they're sensible, they go and play it smart and rest a few big names and see out without too much stress. Celtic just need to get out alive. I mean, if they get a sore one, if you're Martin O'Neill, I think you've got to rest Kieran Tierney. Yeah. You've got to give Callum McGregor a break for once. You've got to keep it away from him as well. Ideally, you would have rested a Scales or a Trusty in this one, but they can't. I think that as for the rest, I think you've got to play Shankara, try and get him a goal, try and get him something to get him going. Obviously, Mavuka's not in the squad. I think you play Taneki and try and get him a spark. But apart from that, I think you rest some of these guys, and I'm not saying you give up the ghost, but you go and give the guys a chance to go and play yourself out this team for Sunday. But I can't see it apart from a comfortable Stuttgart victory, to be honest with you.
I mean, for me, I think there will be changes. I think Sinisalo will start goals. I wouldn't be surprised to see Donovan get the nod at right back. I think Saraki will come in for Tierney at left back. I don't think they'll put Murray in ahead of Scales or Trusty at centre back. So I think that pairing will be solid. Midfield, Callum McGregor, I was speaking about it just now, actually the way to the hotel. He's been an ever present this season. 44 games he's played this season. So there comes a point where you need to take him out. You need to give the guy a rest. He's 32.
He's a machinery.
But at the same time, he started against looking like Talbot, so I think he'll start against Stuttgart. So I can see him starting. I think Rio Atati, Paulo Bernardo will probably come in. Obviously, Oxlade-Chamberlain is he's not registered in the squad. I think Ben Nygren. I mean, I said at the start of the podcast. I don't know what you would do without his goals. So you're going to rely upon him heavily at Ibrox. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come out. And then in the wings, I think Taneke, he needs to kind of get rid of this super sub tag and he needs to start influencing games from the first whistle. So I think that's an opportunity for him. Yang in the right probably, and then Big Tam up front. As I say, he's only got 1 goal in 7, so he really needs to find his shooting boots. And if he can get a goal against Stuttgart, then that'll do him the world of good going to Ibrox. So with all that in mind, I think a heavily rotated team. I think I can see Stuttgart winning by 2 goals to 0.
In terms of Sunday, I mean, we're talking about playing Arthur or Dave Murray. Is there a temptation maybe to play Kieran Tierney?
Kieran Tierney, perhaps, no?
The only thing I would say is that the Rangers, I mean, we don't know how Nadiri's going to be if he's fit, because he's a big lump of boy, and I think you need physicality up against him. Shamiti is also a big lump of boy. So if it wasn't those two, you think, well, you could put Tierney at centre half and play Saraki left back, and you get the experience of Tierney in there, has played there before. Or does he go to a 3 and have Tierney in there alongside to make it a bit more robust? I think that might be a temptation.
Oh, I was saying shivers, didn't it?
Well, no, but it's not. But Wilfred didn't actually play a back 3. Put a back 1. Put a back 1. With a back side. But if you play Tierney, Scales, and Dane Murray as a back 3, you're actually playing an old-fashioned Martin O'Neill back 3.
Aye. Well, a back 5 almost.
It's a back 5, or you could do 4-4-1-1 and Negri off the top and try and have an extra midfield player in there. Do you put Saraki in the middle of the park against Rangers with a bit of legs in there?
See now you've said that, Mick. I think that will be a temptation of 3 at the back. I could see that.
I think you'll be thinking about it, because if you're going to go with the young lad alongside Scales against Rangers might go with 2 up top as well. They might go with Smitty and
they did that against Hearts at home.
So I mean that's going to be. I mean, and they'll not be shy to get the ball into areas in the air either. So I say Sunday, my prediction is Sunday's going to be a daft one. I'm going to go for another one of these silly 3 each ones. Because I think we keep building these games up. Well, this is a game that's going to define the season, and you go, oh, actually, they get beat. Oh, Hearts drop points, and Rangers, or then the following week they go and get beat the following week. Like Celtic could go and get beat and go and win in Pittodrie, whereas Hearts slip up the following week, and Hearts don't beat Aberdeen, and it's like actually nothing's really changed. They've got a bit of that as well. So I mean, we're building up with do or die, which might not actually be the case.
I just think Celtic need to get out there with a point at the bare minimum. I really do. And I think if they are to put Tierney at centre back, I don't think you would go with as a 4. So if they were to go with that, I don't think it would be a 4. You know, with Tierney and Trusty, and then the 2 fullbacks either side, because Tierney's really played in that system. It would have to be the Scotland system, similar to that, 3 at the back. But for me, you know, I don't know. I think this is maybe a conversation for another podcast, but I just don't really think this formation suits this current Celtic team anyway. I think it looked pretty dysfunctional in it. But whether you switch to a 3 for the first time going to Ibrox, I'm not so sure. You might be tempted to do it tomorrow night as a
dummy run.
So you might actually be able to read into exactly how Martin O'Neill's thinking with
it should be going 5-4-1, 5 at the back, 4 midfield with Negan up top on his own. and someone needs to tell him, Negan, every time you ask him about being a striker, he's, oh no, I'm not a striker. I'm like, tell you what, you're doing what you're told. You're going to be a striker. You're still getting goals, you're in the penalty box half the game, you're a striker. You could do that. I mean, if he's going to try and get a point, you can go 5-4-1 and play Negan up top, which is, I think, wouldn't be the worst idea in the world.
I'm going to sit in the fence with Mick. I think it could potentially be a 2-2 draw. I think Celtic would take that.
It's going to be 4-3 to Celtic, guys. There you go. You can take that to the bank.
7 goals. Thriller.